Welcome back to part 4 of the Birth of Hip Hop series with Charlie Rock. And on part 4, we're going to be talking about, how it went from kind of like gang culture to then former crews. And we're going to be talking about some of the early B-boying crew. We're going to be talking about Disco King Mario and the Chuck City crew. We're going to be talking about one of the fiercest battles in hip hop history that nearly took place. So we're going to be talking about all that good stuff. And also, Charlie is also going to be sending out a very, very positive message to all generations to come. So please check out the positive message at the end. It's absolutely brilliant. And whatever you do, please subscribe to this channel and please check out part 1, part 2, part 3. Peace.
So, by now it's underground. We're not flying because the cops, the Youth Gang Task Force. So we're still Spades, and by that time, Spades had, they had gotten older. They had faded out, and everything. And the DJs are coming in. Mario's a Spade, remember?
And it's probably more kind of crews. The crews were coming in.
That's exactly what it became. Crew.
Yeah.
And most of the Spade crews were the early hip hop crews. So Mario, First Division, that's Chuck City crew.
I was going to say Mario was the Chuck City crew.
Chuck City crew.
And I think in Chuck City, was it DJ Ronnie Ron, Desi?
Ronnie Ames, and Desi. That's Mario's cousins.
And Nicky D as well.
Cool DJ Nicky D. He took the place of Bosco. Remember I told you the party with Bosco? Nicky D took Bosco's place when Bosco left. Mario's original partner was Bosco Rock.
And busy beyond the microphone.
He comes later. He comes later. I'll tell you the story about Busy B in a minute. Nicky D becomes Mario's partner, right? And he's playing, like I said, 123 Rosedale Park, 100 Park, 131 Park, Sound View, all summer long. We're jamming every day, somewhere. Bronx River, Bronx Dale, the third section, first section. There's music every day. Cool DJ D. Now, Cool D and Tyrone, they were established club DJs. See, Mario and them were playing, hip-hop. Cool D and Tyrone were club DJs. They played like Nell Gwen's, The Constellation. But when they played outside or played in 123, place like that, they played B-boy music for us. Okay? So we rocked to them too. And they were doing their thing. DJ, they had a real DJ system, like with the coffin and everything and all that. They were really, mobile DJs, that kind of thing. But like there was music every day. And every day I'm in Bronx River or Bronx Dale, Sound View. My name is ringing. Got girls and the Zulu Kings. We're the Zulu King. We go everywhere. We got girls in every project. We like, man. Yeah. It was like, and then when I come uptown, my name is ringing because now I'm Zulu King child. Like, I really put uptown on the map where that's concerned. And like, I'm walking and that's Charlie, right? And by this time I started emceeing too, because I'm already starting to MC around 75, 76 with my man Ferguson. That's Superior Force, DJ Mastermind. And remember, the emceeing thing, I'm already doing it. That's with the, baby doll. My exemplar is JJ the Disco King. So I got the deep voice and stars and all that kind of stuff. And so one of the early battles I was going to have was the Battle of the Zulus. There's a flyer for it. That's in 1977 with me versus Afrika Zambu. Okay, so I'm already emceeing and doing my thing by that time. So like I said, Bronx River and the Dale and Sound View, that's like my second home. I think from 1976 or 77, right in that area, the 76 going into the summer of 77. From 76, winter 76, and then 77 that summer. From there until about 1983, before I go into the military, I never hung uptown. Other than being in T Connection. Or one of the clubs up there with Breakout and everybody. I was always in Bronx River or the Dale or Soundview. Every day. Even in the winter. Because once the winter came, now we're back in the schools party. And that's in 123. And there's a famous flyer. You see that Funkin' Heaven 77 flyer? That's
No,
the flyer.
no, I haven't seen that flyer.
That's the flyer that's in the Smithsonian Institute.
Mm.
That was the first party, Bambaataa party in 123 for the winter of 77. Because it was like seasons almost. And that was the first party. It's Funkin' Heaven in 77. And the names of all of the Zulu Nation members is on that flyer. All the Zulu, myself included. And we're all on that flyer. And that was the first party of the year in 123. And Bambaataa broke out Mambo number 5, which is a record. Because Bam was the master of records. And that was the thing with going to a Bambaataa party. What is Bam gonna play? And every year, Bam got some new shit. And his new shit that year was Mambo number 5. And we start, we're going off to that.
Because, Cholly, because I think from what I've heard, Bam was kind of more of a selector, where, you know, DJs like Jazzy J, they was more kind of turntablists, like scratching and that kind of stuff.
Well, first of all, none of them, with the exception of Flash, was a real turntablist type. Herc wasn't, neither was Bam, neither was Mario. As scratching and that came in with Theodore, they couldn't do that. So they got younger people. The first dude out of them to really do it, and was Tyrone, the mixologist.
Mm.
And that's because, and Tyrone did not, but I swear to God, this is a true story. We first heard Theodore. He was playing in the back of 107 Park. Me and Gene went to Mario and said, you know, my little brother played, make sure he's okay. Because, you know, you go to places people don't know you, they take your equipment. That happened to people. So he made sure, you know, me and Gene was Flash's original partner, right? So he goes Mario, so Mario makes sure, so they had another DJ group playing on the other side of 107 Park, like sort of a battle thing. And that was the Chaos Crew, who were from uptown. And I used to guest MC for the Chaos Crew all the time. The Chaos Crew, they were from Olinville Park. And they consisted of DJ Steele, DJ Blaze, DJ Little Rock, DJ CC, and their MC was a guy named MC Geronimo. And I used to guest MC for them all the time and do guest MC in uptown because everybody knew me because they knew, you know, I'm Charlie Rock with the Zulu King. So I got, you know, so that was the thing. And I was MCing already. You know, I had a reputation. So, you know, and up there too was another DJ Steele and DJ Bentley B. That DJ Steele became the legendary Chuck Chillout, who you know from the radio.
Oh, yeah. Chuck Chillout. Yeah, of course.
Chucky. That's uptown too. But his original name was DJ Steele, but there were 2 DJ Steeles. But the other DJ Steele was with Chaos Crew. So they're playing on the other side, right? And it's dude Theodore, and we're hearing him, and he's doing these mixes and scratches and everything. We're like, never heard this. We're like, yo. And we're like, who is that? And they said, yo, that's Mean Gene's little brother, Theodore. And I never think he's doing he's making a new song with the scratching thing.
Wow.
Dance to the Drummer's Beat was out. Herman Kelly in Life. And he made it, he did doom, 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 digga, 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 down. And we're like, and the whole crowd is screaming because we never heard this. Right? Yo! Oh, shit. So night ends. Tyrone and us are walking back. Because remember, I don't live down there now. I live uptown. So 107 is over by Soundview. So we're walking through Bronxdale, and I walk through Bronxdale because I got to walk through Bronxdale, back through Bronx River, back through West Farms to the number 2 train. We used to do a lot of walking. Yeah,
because the transport system wasn't very good, was it?
Yeah, it was there, but we used to do a lot of walking.
Yeah.
Or if we had money, if we was hustling, you know, jumping on OJ. That's what the OJ thing, that's a cab company. But anyway, on the way walking, we're talking about what we just heard. Because we're like, yo, man. The next day is a Sunday, right? And Kool D and Tyrone come out in 100 Park. I swear to God, Tyrone must have stayed up all night practicing this shit. because he comes out the next day and he does the doom, 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 doom. Not as smooth as Theodore, but he does it. And so Tyrone out of that crew was the first one to actually do that. But he got it from Theodore because we heard Theodore doing it in 107.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Charlie. Listen, what year was that? Was that kind of late 70s?
1978, as I recall, it was 78.
Wow.
And like I said, when they were doing that, I was like, yo, that shit is crazy. That's the same thing with Busy Bee. Busy Bee got on the map with Mario in the summer. What happened was this. Afrika Islam was getting ready to battle Breakout in 123. Islam, now remember, Islam's with us. Because Islam's he's an original Zulu King too. But he has his own crew called the Mayberry Crew. And he was a DJ. Afrika Islam is an original partner, DJ Ed LaRock. Edwin Soto, Puerto Rican. Remember, I told you, I always had Puerto Ricans with us. Islam is going to battle Breakout. And so he comes to me, yo, Charlie, I'm battling Breakout. I got Starsky MCing for me. I'm saying, cool. I'm thinking it's Starsky. PTJ Jones, Love Bug.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's who it is. So the day comes, and we're there at the party. And it's this guy. And I'm looking, he says, yo, Islam said, yo, this is Starsky. I looked at Islam. It was Busy Bee. Okay? I looked at Islam and I said, that's not Starsky. And Busy, ask him, he'll tell you the story. He says, yo, I know I'm not the Starsky you know. He said, but give me a chance. I bet you I'll make you bust your pants.
Brilliant.
Yeah. I said, all right, whatever. He gets on and he's doing his thing. Islam's rocking, Starsky's doing his thing. He's nice. And wouldn't you know it, I'm wearing a pair of window panes. They were a style of gabardine pants. And my pants split when I was b-boying. The end of the party, I come back, I got my bomber jacket tied around my waist because my pants are split. And I look at Star, he's smiling. I said, you little bastard, look what you did. And I told you I'd make you split. And that's Busy Bee got tight. And we're laughing, and this girl is looking at us all crazy. And I said something to the girl. I said, what's wrong with you? What you looking at us like? What you think we got cerebral palsy or something? And Busy Bee just fell out laughing. And so every time that's when me and him start hanging out like this. He'll tell you to this day, he said, yo, Charlie was one of the first dudes I met, introducing me to everybody, made me feel at home there on that side. Mario heard him MCing, and Mario said, yo, I got to have you with my crew. And that is how Busy Bee Starsky became the MC for Disco King Mario. And Busy Bee will tell you, Mario is the dude who gave him his first break MC. And that summer, Busy Bee was doing his thing. That was probably the best summer Mario had as a DJ, because Mario was nice. Now, Mario's Mario. He's the name up there. But everybody was really gravitating towards Bambaataa, because, we had the Zulu Kings and Bam had the crazy, more popular. But Mario really got, with Busy Bee as his MC, and that summer, Busy Bee was, ooh.
He was on fire. Busy was on fire.
On fire.
Mm.
On fucking fire. That's where his name got really established, with Mario. He leaves Mario and joins the L Brothers, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Remember I told you, none of them did the scratching stuff.
Mm.
They got younger people to do it.
Yeah.
Herc wound up getting the Imperial JC, right? And of course, he always had Clark with him, MCing, DJing, right? But his scratching guy was Imperial JC. Mario gets Jazzy J, but Jazzy's from Bronx River.
Mm.
He's Redwood's cousin. Jazzy's from Bronx River, and he's playing with Mario and the Big Mac crew. That's what Mario. Kool D used to have I told you, Kool D had a major system. He was the first one to real. And one of the reasons he had a major system, he had a Macintosh amplifier. Macintosh amplifier is a heavy ass thing. It takes 2 or 3 people to carry this shit.
Wow.
Yeah. Big, heavy. And Mario, with his money, he goes and gets a Macintosh. And he starts his crew. And that's how he calls his crew the Big Mac crew. Because he calls his Macintosh the Big Mac. And Mario's building his system. Mario gets this crazy system with traffic lights. Mario and what derailed Mario got into some legal trouble. And got caught up and had to go to court back and forth and had spent a lot. And that's really what derailed Mario's career. And other things later on with drugs and everything.
Yeah.
But Mario was doing his thing. And he gets the Big Mac crew. And Starsky, like I said, he's DJ MCing with the Big Mac crew. They're turning shit out in the summertime. And so Mario is playing and the Chuck City crew. And Mario is the first real, what I call hip-hop impresario. And if you know what an impresario is a person who does concerts and events and everything like that. To me, Mario is the first real hip-hop impresario because Mario had a lot of power. And Mario was able to get venues for people to play. Like 123, he was able to get the schools open. 123, IS 167, 131, all those places. So in the wintertime, they had a place to play. And so Mario was giving people places to play. Breakout would come down there. Kool D was playing anyway. So Mario was getting all these people to start. He gave Busy Bee his start, as I told you. So Mario was getting all these venues and throwing all these parties, making a lot of money. And so, you know, we're going to all these different things. Bambaataa's playing. And so there's parties every day and every night, you know, going to these different places. He gets Flash to come. Flash is packed. And one day they were going to battle. This was a battle. This was going to be the biggest battle ever. Disco King Mario versus Grandmaster Flash. Because by this time, he's Grandmaster Flash. And these girls, the Blakely sisters, they're a set of sisters from Soundview Projects. They were all beautiful, gorgeous, right? And they're sponsoring this party because they used to sponsor parties in Webster PAL. They used to get Kool Herc to play, all these different things, right? They're going to have this battle, Disco King Mario versus Grandmaster Flash. And I swear to God, I wish I could find this flyer, if this flyer could pop up, because I only saw one of them. They had Flash. Flash's trademark was a Kango, right? And so they have a drawing of Flash on a turntable, right? On one side of the turntable is Flash with his Kango. And on the other side is a drawing of Mario. And they put a beanie with a propeller. I swear to God. And I wish somebody could find that flyer. Because I swear to God, the party never took place. It didn't take place and they never battled. But that was going to be the battle of the century.
Could you imagine if that battle would have taken place? That would have been flames.
Oh.
It would have been flames coming off the decks.
Listen, people would have still been talking about that to this day. And it never materialized, but it was going to happen. Yeah, it was something else. But Mario, Mario was on fire. Mario was doing his thing, man. And I mean, he was the name out there. And it was like, Mario kind of had to give you permission to play.
Cholly, how about Mario's snake dance? He used to do the snake style dance, didn't he?
The snake is the Mario dance. And Mario, if you ever see a picture of Mario, he had a little round head and he was a wiry, skinny kind of guy. And he used to dance and do this thing with a snake and whip his body, and girls used to go fucking crazy. I could snake, right? Because I could dance. And so Mario would do the snake and he'd have a crowd around and Mario would be doing the snake and whipping it and doing all. And that was his trademark. And so when I started doing the snake, me and Mario would be doing the snake. They used to have carnivals that used to come around, right? In Soundview, not Soundview Park, it's Morrison Park. It's on Soundview and Morrison by the train station. It's a big park. It's still there. It's a big park. And used to have carnivals come there. And you know, used to have the mat on the rides and they're playing the music. And Mario was standing outside of me doing the snake. We'd be doing the snake. Now all the girls be around me. You know, Mario was back.
I heard as well that Mario was very kind of stylish as well. You know, Mario would like wear the wicked garms.
Well, you know, Mario's thing was his hat. Used to wear a fedora kind of hat, right? Wear sheepskin, jeans, that kind of stuff.
Charlie,
Mario, Mario was a bad dude. God bless him. Like I told Mario, the reason he becomes a footnote and why you don't hear his name, and I'm glad you hear more about people talking to me, people who talk to me about Mario and everything like that, because Mario ran into legal trouble. I won't get into the details of it.
No.
And he wound up having to sell it. He had to pay a lot of money to lawyers to get out of this legal trouble. And then after that, the crack era hits, and a lot of people, myself included, got caught up in the drug and the crack thing, and Mario was one of them. And, eventually Mario got sick and he died, And so when the resurrection of hip hop, and when I said the resurrection, when they start talking about the pioneers of it, where it really started, Mario was already dead. And the names you were only hearing were Bambaataa, particularly because Bambaataa went down. One of the reasons that Bambaataa's name became so prominent, one, the Zulu nation, because it got bigger, became a worldwide thing. But two, Bambaataa didn't get caught up. He didn't do drugs. He was dead set against drugs. So when a lot of other cats got caught up in the drugs and they fell off, Bambaataa was still playing, still doing his thing. And he makes Planet Rock with Soul Sonic Force. And this is around the same time I make Cash Money with Charlie Rock and the Avenue Boogie Band. That's a whole other story to that. But they make Planet Rock. So Bam's name always stayed out there. And the white people got to know Bam because of him going to the Village.
From the downtown scene.
That's my man, Sir Jimmy Jazz Jones. My boy.
Jimmy Jazz, yeah. Big shout out to Jimmy Jazz.
Jimmy Jazz, we used to call Jimmy Jazz the Prodigy, because he was like 13 or 14 years old playing with Bambaataa. He's a legend in his own right. And shout out to my nigga Jimmy Jazz. And and he is the first DJ with Graffiti Rock. He's the house DJ for Graffiti Rock, which was the first hip hop show on television.
Yeah, and I was going to say, when I interviewed Michael Holman was telling me about, the club, it was called Negril. And that was in downtown Manhattan. And that's when Bam went down there. And basically, actually before that, I think Malcolm McLaren went up to Bronx River to the community center, and they basically linked up there at Bronx River.
Yeah, that's the story. And Bam started coming down to the Village. That's why I tell you, Rocksteady and all that, that Bam is really responsible for bringing hip hop down into the Village. And that's why Bam's name is so prominent in it.
Yeah, because he brought it kind of to the mainstream,
right?
With people like Michael Holman and everybody else, and Malcolm McLaren and
exactly. And he's playing in places like the Grills, and we're down there in the Village with him. That's how we start going down to the Village, and then next thing you know is the Roxy, and Jazzy J and Afrika Islam. All right, and DST, and that's when really shit starts taking off, and the hipsters and everything. And so that's how Bam and again, Steve Hagen, he does his first article with the Village Voice. And like I said, I'm in the article. He comes and interviews us in Bronx River and everything like that. So that's really how that transition happens.
And that's how hip hop basically blew up.
Yeah, between that and rap with Sugar Hill.
Yeah.
That's the combination of all of that is how hip hop becomes this mainstream thing, and what is today a global, it's the #1 global industry in the world.
And Charlie, who would have thought, like 40...
None of us.
47 years later, whether it was 1973.
None of us. And me and Herc talked about that. And we said, anybody who tells you that we knew hip hop was going to be what it is today is full of shit. And, KRS and all of them say that. You weren't even around us back then. You weren't even there. Okay? He comes later. And he comes with all these stories. And I'm like, I had nothing against him except the fact that you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's Charlie.
all
Listen. That's the thing. Why these interviews are so important, because we need to bring people like you in front of the camera to tell the story.
And I just happen to be a person because I'm very articulate about it, and I'm blessed that I have a very good recall memory, so I'm able to tell a story and tell it. Here's what happened. Not trying to tell you here's what I did, because a lot of people get focused on trying to make themselves sound a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is what happened. You know,
This is like the nuts and bolts of it.
This is the nuts and bolts of it, exactly. And I'm involved in the nuts and bolts, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And you want to call me a legend, you want to call me a pioneer, that's great, that's wonderful. You know, my head ain't, I don't, you know, it was just a part of my youth. And it just so happened that it became something that is global and I'm able to talk about it. So people view me that way. But as I look at it, it was just a part of my teenage years. I love it. I'm proud of it. I'm happy. But like anyone else, you know, that's my teenage years. I went on and did other things with my life. I mean, you know.
But you know,
like
Charlie, through talking to you in this interview, I can tell, you know, you're still so passionate, you know, about the history and about the culture.
Oh yeah, because I had fun. But I'm passionate about it because it's me recollecting my youth.
Yeah. And me sitting here talking to you, it's like, it must be going back to like your childhood, you know, you're looking back on it.
It is. And that's what's exciting. Like, I'm not a person like, preserve hip hop. You know, I'm not one of those dudes. People move on. When I'm talking about it, I talk about the passion because it was one of the most fun parts of my life. I think anyone, when you get older, especially at this age, there's more time behind me than there is in front of me. You know? I mean, that's the reality. We all got to die.
Yeah.
We all gotta leave. There's more time behind me than left in front of me.
Yeah.
And at a certain age, you reminisce about your youth, and that's the glory days of your youth, and it's fun. But there are people who never did anything else. They're stuck there. And then there are those of us, that's our youth. And we reminisce about our youth and the fun and the glory of our youth. And we move on because as adults, we accomplished other things. We went to school, I got a degree, I graduated with honors, I have jobs, I'm an educator, that's what I do for a living. I'm a director of program, I have a staff, a team of individuals that I supervise, you know?
Yeah.
I did what adults do. But it's always fun to reminisce and talk about your youth and your childhood and have fond memories of it. And that your childhood connects to something that is seminal in history is even better, you know?
Charlie, to end it on this kind of note, you know, going back to our childhood, is there kind of like a very kind of strong, positive message that you can send to the younger generation?
Yes. First of all, you get a lot of people and you hear a lot of stories, particularly for people who try to separate it. Well, this started with the Puerto Ricans. This is, you know, the black. We were together, and don't let people divide you. This was a culture that came out of communities of color. We didn't look at, was you Puerto Rican, was you black? But we looked at it, as far as B-boys were concerned, were you nice? Could you dance? Did you like what we were doing? Come on in. Get down. We didn't give a shit what you was. You could have been green with polka dot spots. All we want to know is, could you get down? Could you go off? That's what we called it, going off.
Go off.
You know, the get down, as they say. Could you go off? All right, were you nice? Were you A1? That's all we gave a shit about. And that's what it should be today. It ain't about, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm black, I'm this and that and the other. Now you got this whole thing even now in the presidential race with Kamala Harris. Oh, she's not really black. That's the stupidest bullshit that anyone ever said. And you got black people saying that, and you're feeding right into the narrative of the dude who wants to divide you. And he's doing a good job of it. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. At the end of the day, we need to be unified.
100%, Charlie. We everybody needs to unite as one.
Yep. We either live in unity or perish as fools. One or the other.
Yeah. And listen, Charlie, we all bleed the same. It doesn't matter what color you are.
Right. Well, see, that's how I look at it. I won't say we're all one race, the human race, because we are all different cultures, different races, different likes. All right. So I will never tell you that. We're all different, but we all share a common humanity. And we need to respect the differences and celebrate the differences in unity. That's
100%.
It isn't,
100%.
who the fuck wants to be the same? Who the hell wants to be the same? You should celebrate and embrace the differences and be unified in your differences. That's the issue. Being unified in your differences. I don't want to be like you, and I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be fucking you. And I want to know about you. What makes you different? I want to know about your different foods, your different music. I want to know about that because I might like that shit. And we can rock together. I don't want you to be the fucking same as me. We're equal. The issue with that different shit is that they want one group to be superior over the other. That's bullshit. That's the unity.
Divide and conquer. That's what they want.
Yeah, the unity is not about we're all one race, the human race. We're all unified. But we're all different races, different cultures, different tastes, different styles.
Different flavors, yeah.
Celebrating the differences, not homogenizing them. The beauty is in celebrating and accepting those differences and the equality in the differences. That's the message. I don't want you to be me. I want you to be you. And I want you to share your culture with me. And I share my culture with you. That's what we were doing. That's what we were doing. They saw what we were doing. They like, yo, come on and get down, man. You are brothers and sisters too. It isn't until people come later on when they see money and shit, then they want to divide shit or create shit. Fuck out of here with that. And I'm telling you straight, get the fuck out of here with that. We're unified. We're one. Celebrate the differences as being together, being different together. We're not one race, the human race. We are all human, but we're a multitude of cultures that all come together in peace, love, unity, and having fun.
100%, Charlie. 100%.
That's what it is. So if I close with anything, that's the message.
And we're gonna end it there, because what better message is there to spread love, peace, unity, and having fun? It doesn't get any better than that.
Listen, Steve, I'm honored that you asked me to be a part of your podcast, of your show. And it was a pleasure going down memory lane with you and sharing my experiences with you. It was great.
Charlie, listen, it's amazing. You've blown me away with the history. And, you know, I take my hat off to you as well, my man. All I can say is what a down-to-earth, beautiful person you are.
Thank you so much, brother. It's appreciated. And listen, I hope we get to do it again.
Listen, if I can get to New York one day again, hopefully I'll hook up with you again. So I actually met you in 2013 at the 40th,
I remember that.
Yeah, at the 40th anniversary for the Zulu Nation in Harlem.
At the stage.
Yeah, Jimmy Jazz introduced us.
Yes, I remember. I didn't forget.
Wow. Charlie, all I can say is peace, unity, love, and having fun, my man.
Peace and blessings to you, my man. All right?
It was a real honor.
Absolutely.
A real honor.
Peace.